Good morning, good afternoon, and konbanwa wherever you are in the world. I'm the idol to give you the wings to fly, Cyber Angel, Rita Kamishiro of Lucid Multimedia at your service. And welcome in, everyone. How's it going? It's gonna be a good time. Oh, yeah, for sure. Hi, Rita. Hi. Welcome in. Can't stick around for today, but have fun. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by and wishing us fun here. How's everyone doing? Did anyone swing by the charity event earlier today? I got to commentate for well, not even commentate, just like hang out and chat with everyone for like a good hour. But I guess I did do a little bit of that, commentating. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun. At first, I was like kind of nervous because I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just going to show up. Like, do I have to be like commentating or whatever? But they were just like, yeah, just go in, have fun. So the other commentators can have a break, you know, all that good stuff. So it was really fun. Yeah. Welcome in. Oh, I need to change the setting that auto-translates stuff. You know how it is. Sometimes they'll translate stuff that, you know, doesn't need to be translated. I think I turned off the right setting. Let's see. Let me double check. I feel like I'm still in commentator mode, but it's like, no, I'm in my stream now. I can be relaxed. Okay, I turned it off. Nice. Well, welcome in, everyone. We got quite a bit of a story here today. For those who don't know, today's stream is a sponsored stream. Huge shout out to 2P Games for sponsoring the stream. I'm really excited about this one. They brought it up and was like, is anyone interested in checking this one out? And I saw story rich and dark fantasy, and I was like, ooh, I might be interested in this one. So that's why we're here today. We were sponsored to check out this game. We have this stream, and of course, another one. Surely one won't be enough for you all, especially with a story that seems so interesting to me. At least I did. I searched up, of course. I looked at the Steam page, you know, watched a little bit of the trailer, skimmed through some VODs. Because again, I don't want to spoil stuff for myself. You all know me and spoilers. I avoid them like the plague because I love putting my tinfoil hat on and theorizing stuff. So I was like, absolutely no spoilers. But it seems like we have an interesting story here today. Yeah. Yep, so hope you all are ready. I will say, though, it is a mature game, so if more adult themes like blood, guts, what have you, other mature themes that might come up, this might not be your cup of tea. There's also a seizure warning as well, so please keep that in mind and monitor your media consumption as per usual. But aside from that, if you're interested to know what you'll expect for today, it is I guess I can read my description that I wrote here in my stream description. It's a story written, well, let me say the name of the game too. The World Well Blood of Caro is a story-rich dark fantasy visual novel in a world full of vampires. And we talked a little bit about this the other day on stream before. I was like, I feel like I haven't really gotten the chance to play a lot of visual novels. I feel like I watch a lot of anime for visual novels or end up watching video essays for visual novels, but I've definitely played maybe things that aren't considered traditionally visual novels, but I would consider are in the family of visual novels, of interactive fiction, or, you know, a story that you can interact with and also, like, play like a game, but also watch like a movie. Yeah. How bad could it possibly be? Well, I don't know. I mean, part of what got me interested in this as a potential game to play was that one, branching story, and your choices matter. And if you all were here for the Mass Effect era of this channel, I used to be so, like, I used to spend like 30 minutes on one choice, like, but what if I do this? Or what if I do that? And what if this happens? But I feel like I've really learned how to just sit there and say, you know what? I'm gonna make a choice with the best information I have in hand. I'm gonna make the best choice that I can make right now, and I know I can handle the consequences. So hopefully we won't run into too many crazy moral dilemmas, but I'm excited to see what choices we have to make and how that'll affect this world and all the vampires in it. Yeah. What's going on? How are ya? We are playing a new game today. Sponsored to check this one out, so I'm really excited. Yeah. The other thing is it's a very emotional game from what I could tell. And you all know me, I'm a crybaby, and I love a good emotional story. And you all know how I spend my tangents. So, if you're used to this channel, you will know tangents abound. We may or may not spend a good 20-30 minutes talking about a specific cutscene, but that's just part of the fun. That is just part of the fun. But aside from that, aside from the basic, plot that you can see on Steam, I don't want to spoil myself too much. I want to craft my theories. I want to get invested in these stories. Honestly, on some Mass Effect choices, spending 2 days to make them is entirely reasonable. Oh, for sure. For, the ones where it's oh, this planet could very well die if I don't make the right choice. But it was every choice. I'd be oh God, what if I get Paragon or what if I get Renegade? Oh, you know what I mean? So, we'll see. Surely I'm going to be spending some time deliberating on stuff. But at the end of the day, I just got to make a choice. I just got to do it. I got to commit. This will give you Telltale vibes. Just want to put it out there. The butterfly effect? I think of Until Dawn, too, when it comes to butterfly effect stuff. So I don't know to what extent that's going to be like. I say we just jump in and see what it's all about. Shall we? I know, I'm excited. I hope it, because it's we have 4 hours or so that we're gonna get through here together. I'm hoping they don't tear my heart apart with some of the emotional parts, but I feel like that's what makes some of these games really powerful, so we'll see what they have to throw at us. I say we just get started. Ooh, the world well, blood of Caro. The art is really pretty, I will say that. I like how it's anime style, and then you also have the very impressionist backgrounds too. So, okay, settings. Maybe we can put captions on. Would you guys like captions? Well, I guess that would make sense. Or I guess I need to change the settings for that. Use it with mouse wheel to skip dialogues, give you animation, skip read text. I'm just gonna get used to it. Hopefully it's not too fast or too slow. Here, I'm gonna actually make it faster because I'm gonna be voice acting this, so reading out loud, if you will. Surely we'll get into it. But I'm gonna get the text display speed high so that I know what I'm reading a little bit ahead of time. So let's just do it. New game. Let's go. Prologue, after the revenge. Oh, I click it, ooh. Manor Fire. I guess that explains the opening title screen. Okay. Oh, while subtitles are on screen, right-click or press B on your controller. How crazy are visual novels? This, in terms of combat, this game is purely fictional. I'm scared. I thought I was just gonna be clicking. Oh. Hey, kiddo. What? What would you do if I were dead? Quite the question to ask a child. She's got the automail arms, too. You're the best killer in Redimus. Redimus? I'm gonna go with Redimus. You may die of old age, disease, or falling off the cliff after getting drunk, but I can't think of it any other way. Can't think of another way. Come on, I'm not gonna say it. Come on, I've got tons of enemies and there are killers who are way better than me. But you fought your way alone into Lord Bourne's manor. You even saved someone and made your way out of after killing a bunch of vampires. That was when I was young. I got myself into a big trouble all these years just because of that. I realized after that job was done that the vampire Bourne, who made his fortune selling Caro, had a second son who was doing business abroad. Now, I'm gonna already start guessing things. I think Caro are a certain group of people who are who have maybe a special blood or something like that. is what I'm thinking. Saruyan Born. I'm assuming that's a name and not a title.
Yeah, that's the guy. I took his savings, moved into his mansion, and even inherited his hatred.
God.
Well, I need a serious answer. What would you do if I got killed someday?
Oh, God. Hopefully not inherit the house and also inherit the hatred. I'd kill that guy for you. And then?
Then?
I'd put a bullet into my head by a quiet river. That is no way to live. Goodness gracious, this poor girl. Is that the guy? Did she set the house on fire? Whoa! Whoa! Uh-oh. Is the story already over? Whoa. I like this art style. This is really cool. You know, because he's a vampire. Yeah, this is Baron. Or whatever his name. Born.
Red eyes. Who the heck are you?
Is she... Oh, I don't know who this is. Growing up eating my flesh and drinking my blood. Oh! Oh, is she a Caro? Okay. Because I'm thinking like Caro are people who have like a special blood that maybe the vampires are after. So maybe this is her. Or I don't know, maybe they're after the vampires. Who knows? Growing up eating my flesh and drinking my blood. And past my prison every day. And yet you never looked at me. Yeah, he's cooked. He's dead. That's crazy. Title drop! Ooh, opening song! Wait. In this bewildering era, I fall into confusion and the clash of past and future, two worlds twisting thoughts into a tangle. This is the story of two girls from different times, setting off on a journey. Oh, whoa. Whoa. I love the 2D, 3D mix. Apparently there is a love story here, potentially. Maybe there's a route where there isn't. Hopefully we can get a happy ever after. Despite all this, oh gosh. I think that was, oh, I'm not sure. Whoa. I like the 2.5D, that's fun. I also really like the art style. Whoa. The graphics are really good. Whoa. Oh, wow. I like the music choice, too. I mean, I'm assuming the love story would be between the two people on the cover. Whoa. How's the volume, by the way? Let me know. I want you all to hear this good music, too. A world, well, blood. It's because this is Blood of Caro. So I think so. Fade to black. Oh gosh. Okay, loading. Oof. Ooh, I was scared there. After playing Xenogears yesterday and having it stuck on the loading screen. After the revenge. Prologue. Western Ricarte, maybe on the edge of the plate. Okay. I don't know what voice I want to give her. Because I low-key want to give the voice I just had for her younger self to like the other girl. But maybe now that she's like older, I'll give her like a cooler voice. A gun of fire. A past event. A vampire baron who deserves to die. And death wish. Amuro. From Amuro Hertz to Shulau, Rai, Port Matok, Remen, and capital. Go all the way west to Corral at the edge of the plate. And the Bourne Manor that stands atop the hills. Break in, pull the trigger, and kill them all. This is my revenge. Oh, man. That's a lot to unpack. Surely we'll have time to unpack all that. Oh, this is her. Let me get into it.
Though it's way more difficult than I imagined.
We'll do that. I think that's good. Because this is a very, like, grounded thing. We gotta be grounded. Late night, 730 meters outside Bourne Manor Forest. Oh God.
She's the intruder! Get her! Don't let her get away!
Oh, because this is right after the manor thing. Okay.
In the jungle shrouded by the darkness of night, I ran as fast as I can. Thorny branches cut through my jacket that is oversized, but I simply don't care. My feet of steel stomp hard on the lush grass. I have no senses to feel anything with. Quartz is all I need to keep myself running. Due to a strong feeling of fatigue, however, they want to stop even more with each fleeting second.
I wonder if quartz is like their dust, like in Ruby, how they have dust.
The bullet penetrating his skull feels subtle. The fat body collapses backwards, his blood splashing on the white marble floor. That must have been a high-grade material that is carefully cleaned every day by his many servants. It's never stained with blood other than Caro's, or even the Caro's footprints.
So I think I'm right about like the Caro being like maybe like a group of people who have like a blood or something that the vampires find like really valuable.
Because Caro has no feet. His exposed fangs become rotted and blackened rapidly, and his body deflates like a punctured...
How do you say this? Pustel? I know I've seen this word before, but I've never had to read it out loud.
Turning into foul-smelling pus to taint his blood. What's even more appalling is that not a single drop of his blood belongs to himself.
Whoa.
In the last moments of his life, he's still trying to mutter some incantations with his greasy lips. Blood squirts out from his magical organs shattered by the bullets. His feeble breath is drowned out by the sound of his blood. The thick clothing used to shield him from the sun barely keeps him in human form. Pus and blood are all over the ground. A skeleton is all that's left of him. Everything around me is telling me loud and clear that I've had my revenge. And that man-eating monster is finally dead. The greedy butchers dressed as servants, the butler who takes blood as good wine, and the cook who turns a blind eye to the source of the meat in his wok. They are all engulfed by the fire in the manor.
Tangent. I love how I really should play more visual novels. I wish I had more time. I love how you get a lot of like descriptors, like because I love books. I love reading too. And like you don't get these like these long narrative chunks in like anime and like games, but it's a fun like trait that is very like uniquely, really you only see it like in things that you read, like books or like visual novels. So I don't know. As someone who hasn't played like too many visual novels, this is fun.
But for me, it doesn't feel like the end of it all.
Oh God.
Hey, stop! Fire!
I hope there's... Oh God. Hands on controller and keyboard. Or not controller. Mouse and keyboard. I gotta fight.
Well, I need a serious answer. What would you do if I got killed someday?
I'll kill that guy for you. And then...
Then?
Oh no. I hope she doesn't mean it. The fire... Oh wait. I'm assuming this is just general narrator. The fire from the bullets for a moment illuminated the road ahead and is reflected in the metallic palm. Clenching to the gun as usual, but feeling no warmth. Even when pulling the trigger, she doesn't feel any recoil. Gradually, taking the lives of others makes her numb. Gosh. Distorted faces due to pain were etched in my heart. What comes first in my head is the look of worry and relief of him. The one who got my lost childhood back from me and gave me the chance to be a human being was killed tragically in his own living room. Everything he brought with him turned to dust with him, leaving behind a shell driven by hatred alone and is running in vain on instinct, with the last spiritual pillar on the verge of collapse. The walking taco. Who are you referring to? The girl or like her mentor or? I say we don't know anything about anyone yet. I'm like, I feel like I'm so quick to be like, oh, that guy's evil, you know, when we're first playing a game. But yeah, what I'm hoping though in this game, like how I love in all the other games, is a villain that is sympathetic. You know what I mean? I guess there's like in media, you know, when you don't have to take things so seriously. It's like, okay, villain is evil, and that's just all they do. They just do evil things, whatever. But like, in a game that's like super duper deep or dark, maybe rich and is story rich, I hope that we get to really dive into like, I don't know, some more difficult things in that regard. Maybe we'll come across a sympathetic villain. Maybe we, the main character, is the sympathetic villain. Who knows? Game volume could go up a notch. Yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, nuance. Exactly. Precisely. So let's just keep going. Did I read this already? The promise of the past muffles the gunshots and keeps echoing in the ears. The bark of the trees and blades of grass are knocked away by bullets blown by the wind through the cheeks and hair. Is that better? I turned it up. Oh, darn. Oh, I hope she's not going to that quiet river. I'd put a bullet into my head by a quiet river. Oh, wait. That was her when she was a kid. Oops. An intense emptiness surges inside, as if the void is the only thing that lies ahead in the darkness. I still can't tell if this is her or just a narrator. Oh, narrator. Nothing feels concrete as her feet touch the ground, except for the stinging pain of the prosthetic leg rubbing against the base of her thigh. The base of her thigh. 4? Are you 4?
Hey, tell me, Charles. I've avenged you.
Oh no! I've avenged you. Wait.
But why? Why? Why don't I feel a thing? Huh? Why? I can't imagine what I should do after that. I'm all alone in this world against those vampires in my own life. You're still a brat. Too bad I can't show you how to do it this time, being the veteran that I am. A killer like me can only teach you how to kill like a pro, so that you can't struggle to survive in this mad world. But if you don't want to be a Caro anymore, who was a lamb to the slaughter, doesn't know how this world runs, you'll have to figure it out yourself.
Hey, that's so sad.
The doubts of the past still exist to this day.
Oh wait, this is narrated. I'm sorry. This feeling of incompletion makes her all the more confused, making the jungle shrouded in the darkness of night even deeper.
Tell me, Charles. What should I do next? What should I do?
The girl's bitter whimper is drowned out by ear-splitting gunshots. It forms a cruel symphony with messy footsteps and the sound of bullets grazing the bark of trees. This brief lapse of concentration on the battlefield soon costs her dearly. Oh no! Oh god. Already? The sound of a gunshot drags her back to reality.
I got her! Come on!
Girl covers her blood-splashing wound and hides herself in the bushes. Oh wait, that's so sad, though. Oh god. Sometime later, oh god. Surely she has to survive. She's the main character. They put her on the cover art. Where did she get shot? There are more than 20 guards at Board Manor, including the guards at the gate. Only fewer than 10 are on duty due to shifts at night. They're easy to handle for someone like her who was well-trained. Oh god, am I shooting something? Today, however, is different. Shortly after she started moving, a group of soldiers passed near the manor. Attracted by gunshots and the fire, they quickly surrounded the manor, which puts her in the current situation of no escape. Okay.
Why is it so quiet?
She must be gone, huh? I guess we're done here.
Watch out for her. I shot her around here. She won't get far.
Oh god. Uh-oh. Although she imagined many results before the operation, including many ways for her to die. Yeah, must have been the wind. Maybe that's in their imagination. But being shot by soldiers after a successful revenge was definitely not one of them. Hey, I mean, she looks fine to me. She doesn't seem to have any wounds yet. Takes a deep breath.
Calm down. I must calm calm down. My brain isn't working.
After a while, another soldier came running from the distance. Uh-oh.
Sir, we checked inside the manor. Lord Bourne was killed. Darn, I knew something bad was going on when I saw the fire.
But I mean, okay, if these soldiers worked for him, their employer is kind of gone now. You know what I mean? So, do we really have to do this? We can just agree that we can all go home, you know? Only we're that easy, right?
Any news on the killer? The butler is still breathing. He says it was a woman with red eyes. Caro with red eyes? How is that possible? Are you sure it wasn't the eyes reflecting the fire? Absolutely sure. The butler said he didn't see anyone else.
Oh, so we're endangered. Because they seem to be like, what? No way.
That's impossible. How could a Caro defeat a platoon of guards, kill the Lord, and set the fire on her own? What do you mean?
Oh, whoa! There is strong quartz oscillation in the manor. Apparently someone used magic of intermediate or higher level more than once. Okay, let's read. Here we go. Also known as quartz signals. They're a natural byproduct. I hope we have like a term database. That'd be great. Also known as quartz signals. They're a natural byproduct whenever people, sigils, or phono-chanters use magic. Ooh. So it's like a footprint almost. Those trained in quartz sensing become hypersensitive to specific quartz oscillations. They can sniff out ambushes or read a crime scene to see exactly who cast what. Masters of quartz sensing can even use these oscillations to transmit data, essentially creating their own encrypted instant messaging. Oh, interesting. Modern quartz signal monitors can pull off something similar, but with so many people and devices constantly blasting quartz oscillations across Eredimus, okay, the tech rarely beats out a highly trained mage. Ooh.
That Caro could be a diversion. Someone must be hiding somewhere around here now. It could be a magician sent by the hostile state. Hostile state? This is the edge of the plate. Riddell and Voice are so far away.
Okay, so I'm assuming those are other... I was gonna say institutions. Nations? Kingdoms? States?
I don't think so. I once caught someone sneaking into here on a small airship hidden in the clouds. Go back and tell them to search inch by inch. There's gotta be someone else. Yes, sir!
Soldier turned around and left in a trot, disappearing into the woods.
Keep your eyes open! Get that Caro and interrogate her!
Well, at least they didn't say kill her. At least we get to talk.
Understood!
They're talking about me.
A magician sent by the hostile state. I'm so flattered. If I don't calm down, I'll become a cold corpse. I need to figure things out.
Okay. Oh, I was scared they were gonna be like, all right, time to lock in. But that's just the encyclopedia tab. Hold on.
Ooh!
Quick save. Oh, I'll do that, yeah. We just did it. Perfect. What else do I got here? Ooh. Nouns, news, outfit. Outfit system system locked? No, I guess we have to unlock some outfits then. Interesting. Wheel up. Oh, okay. I see. I was like, I don't have Y, X, A, or B, but I was like, okay, wheel up. I can do that. All right, let's just keep going. Back.
My situation now. One handgun, 32 rounds left.
What is this?
2 black market phono-chanters. Fried.
Oh, I thought phono-chanters were people. I guess it's like... Oh, okay, it's a device. A device that automatically chants incantations and casts spells. Wait, that's kind of nice. You know how that one like joke where it's like, how do you get a caster to stop like casting? I think they made that joke in Dungeon Meshi, where it's like, they have a spell caster. Well, we gotta stop them from casting spells, and so they kiss them to get them to stop talking. Well, now you don't have that problem. It applies magic fluctuation that is similar to that of organisms to the pre-recorded incantations by using the magic power contained in quartz. Wait, that's kind of nice, though. We gotta use our technology even though we have these arcane magics. Work smarter, not harder, as they say. This fluctuation can be amplified by magic devices and transformed into powerful spells. In Redimus, the Fauno Chanters sold in the market are extremely expensive and don't last long. And they're so complex that they cannot be repaired by the owner. The default incantations cannot be modified and only factory set spells can be used. People believe that this is a restriction imposed by the manufacturer in order to maintain their monopoly and make more profit. The model for industrial use is extremely durable and can be customized and adjusted at any time for various needs. But the factory that use it have to pay super high licensing fees. God. Magician? Not wrong, I guess. The thing that casts spells with the push of a button can fool most people. Useless now, though. Well, it's good, though, because if they think you're a magician, they might act or behave in a certain way, assuming that you'll do more magic spells, so that might be in your favor. On the enemy side. I know, I love having an in-game encyclopedia. I mean, I wouldn't mind having my own little journal where I keep track of everything, but I am a very forgetful girl, so having an encyclopedia handy is very helpful, for sure. Judging by the sounds and lights, at least 5 of them. 2 are behind trees, no immediate fire support. Their gear, quartz-powered armor, all of them. And they move like they're wearing nothing. Uh-oh, they're fast. Quartz, a crystal that contains tremendous magic power and can be used to cast spells. So it's like dust, like ruby dust. It is the main source of energy in Redimus and is mainly mined from veins and central zones across the country. Its output is stable and it's easy to transport and cut. Oh, it's also currency! Extravagant. Must be some noble's private guard. Darn it. That stuff has defensive sigils. 1 or 2 shots won't punch through. But if they're relying on gear, they're probably terrible at magic. Otherwise, they'd just use a shield spell. Gamble on it. Armor piercing rounds, aim for the gaps. Should be able to take 1 down before the other 2 turn my way. God. Hopefully I don't have to decide. Oh, God. My shoulder hurts terribly. Hands shaking. Can I even make the shot? Oh! You know what? What the heck, sure. You know, I say, if we wait a little longer, they might find me, and they get the advantage. I say, I get the advantage now. Yeah, it'll be in my playing field. Let's just go. Just breathe. I believe in you. Oh, she said something. I forgot. Well, rather, I didn't forget. I just clicked again on accident. Here, we'll go like this. Is this the log? Oh, memoir. Good. Okay, I'll try my luck. It's hit and run. Yep. Maybe you can just, like, you know, distract them a bit, shake them up a bit, and then run. But her shoulder hurts. That's where she got shot. First choice, dun-dun! Take a deep breath. Oh, now! Me? Do I have to? Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness I didn't have to aim. Oh, God. Ah! The armor piercer hit the knee of the soldier at the front. Leaving his painful yelling behind, the girl gets behind the next shelter. The muzzle of the gun in her hand once again lights up with fire. Oh, God. Run!
Darn! My gun is busted!
Run, girl! You got it!
There! Behind that rock! Suppressive fire! Get the tear bomb!
Ooh. As the ancient gamers say, always save. Oh, boy. I had to save before that choice, right? We should save at every choice point. The enemy reacted with unexpected quickness. Their firepower soon covers everywhere she may hide. All her efforts could be in vain. It's okay.
So this is the end for me.
The girl looks at the gun in her hand and imagines the misery that would follow next. She has a sudden urge to put a bullet through her chin. No! What is this? Whoa. A tear gas grenade is thrown over the stone wall and landed at her feet, sending smoke that create great pain to her eyes and nose. Cough, cough.
They just won't let me die in peace.
Not caring about gunfire anymore, the girl dashes from behind her cover as if she's giving up. No! Somebody in the Twitch chat said, Rita, I just looked up the voice cast. didn't realize you're doing all the voice acting. Oh my gosh, yes. Although since this is a stream and I'm not like, voice acting, I'll come and go whenever I see fit. I have to keep my voice up for 2 hours here, so just wherever I feel like I want to read out the characters, I'll do that. Yeah, I'm glad it's adding to your immersion. She would have expected a burst of gunfire or a heavy blow from the butt of a gun, but what's coming for her instead is... Oh! Whoa. Whoa. Hence me not going all in with like the screams and coughing and stuff. We have 2 hours, I'm sure, of this if I want to do my usual stream time. The woods are lit up with orange flames, followed by a loud bang, with which the dirt and the bodies of several soldiers are sent flying in the air. Oh. Air raid! Retreat! Now! What's going on? Why was there an explosion? Girl walks out from behind the cover and realizes that the soldiers who were chasing her earlier are turning around and running away. More light spots appear in the sky, like a curtain of bullets formed by machine gun fire. Flying at the forefront is a pale green light spot. If you look carefully, you can see a large piece of white metal shrouded in the night sky. They're flying so fast they pass over the woods in the blink of an eye. Hopefully they're not here to get me either. It's the fade to black. Of course. Of course, they gotta do that to us. Attention, the cliffhanger. Oh. Whoa! Are those stars or... Wait, I like these cutscenes. Whoa! Suddenly, we're in a wormhole. God. No wonder they asked me at the beginning of this what graphic setting I want. I was like, what do you mean? Isn't this just a visual novel? How intense could it be? But I see now why. Whoa. Who are you people? I like how they have like the magic thing behind them. I like how they blend their technology with magic. Oh God. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what that was all about. Ooh. Oh. Hello? Something never seen before, where the long red trail is falling from the sky like a meteor. Never underestimate the graphical demand of visual novels. Real. Maybe I need to change my settings, but I think it looks okay. Metallic. Yes, indeed. Whoa, look at that. I feel like I could play this on a TV. I kind of want to play this on a TV now. It has sharp corners, intricate patterns, and give off an eerie green light. Looks like a creation of some civilization, but it comes from the sky. An unseen sigil. Is it some new type of magic device? Okay, sigil. Etched into magic devices and everyday objects, these complex lines map and channel the flow of mana. Mana! They serve two primary functions. First, they boost magic conductivity. This minimizes mana loss. Do you say mana or mana? Or is it whatever comes up for you? This minimizes mana loss when a device extracts power from quartz, drastically cutting the cost of casting spells. Oh, interesting. Second, they imbue objects with specific magical properties. For instance, a defensive sigil shapes and channels ambient or quartz-extracted mana to coat an object's surface. Whoa. This grants continuous defensive magic properties like boosted strength and heat resistance, without the user ever having to cast a spell. Oh. Beyond design and craftsmanship, a sigil's effectiveness relies heavily on quartz quality and local mana density. You pump in more mana than the sigil structure can handle, or if the physical etching gets damaged, the sigil collapses and its effects vanish. Ooh. Chekhov's sigil is gonna come up at some point. They're gonna be like, here's the sigil that is like my weak point. Hopefully nothing bad happens to it. That's how you know. couple of chapters later, that sigil's gonna be gone. Interesting. Magic device. A device that enhances the fluctuations of magic power by consuming quartz. It is used to cast spells that cost the magic power that exceeds its user's own physical ability, or to reduce the cost of its user's physical power when casting a spell. I'm really interested to see, because quartz isn't just like a resource, it's also currency. So I wonder, like, I mean, maybe there's a war going on over quartz. I wouldn't be surprised. I was like, is the war over vampires, or is the war going to be over quartz, or maybe they're both intertwined? Who knows? Somebody says, this is just like Xenoblade. Real. How could I make this about Xenoblade? Real. This pattern looks strange, but some kind of energy seems to be flowing in it. It is more than enough to have caused a violent explosion. In Redimus, such a pattern that guides the flow of energy is known as sigil. Again, if you need it, there you go. Similar glowing patterns are often seen on the weapons of airships and on mana guns for military use. The blanket term for firearms in the age of magic. Compared to classic gunpowder weapons, mana guns boast much more diverse firing mechanisms. A mana gun might be a phono chanter, sporting a pistol grip for better handling while relying purely on projectile magic. Alternatively, it could be a traditional gunpowder weapon, beefed up with magic. For instance, some convert mana directly into kinetic energy to accelerate standard bullets, massively cranking up their destructive field. Others ditch gunpowder entirely, using explosion magic to fire spherical rounds. While this drains mana, it eliminates the need for bulky shell casings, drastically boosting magazine capacity without sacrificing kinetic punch. A mana gun's actual bullet acceleration capabilities largely come down to the designer's grasp of sigils and the precision of their etching. Interesting. Yeah, we're fighting vampires. Well, yeah, it seems so. We're still sort of like in prologue territory, so we're getting used to the world here. We're building that world, if you will. Brink check. It's not unusual for military personnel who are used to seeing all kinds of magic devices to mistake it for some sort of new weapon. The girl gets the drift of why the soldiers have retreated, most likely to call for reinforcements. What a perfect opportunity for me to escape. But the girl does turn around and leave. Instead, she doesn't turn around and leave. Instead, she walks straight towards the wreckage of the craft. What am I doing? Do I want to get myself killed so badly by this new type of unknown weapon right after I've had my revenge? Well, I'm curious too. I'm so curious. Yeah, we'll go safely, you know. We'll be careful. We'll tread lightly. The girl cautiously approaches this weird thing from the above. It released a ring of white vapor around it, and the fire quickly goes out. I still can't get over how, like, hyper-realistic this gun looks. It's not, like, realistic, but, like, it's stylized, but, like, the shading is so, like, intricate. In front of her eyes is a large piece of metal that is broken and twisted in the charred ground around it. It's so broken. The girl looks around and finds what looks like a seat on the scattered debris. If someone was inside, they would have been smashed to pieces, but they're not there. Where are they? Oh no, oh no! Her speculation is soon reinforced by fact. Oh God. Oh geez. Oh God. This is... By the metal debris, the girl discovers a scorched human hand. Oh God. It takes her some effort to pull it out. It turns out to be a severed arm. Oh God. The end of it is charred and has turned into charcoal. Oh goodness gracious. As a killer who has seen innumerable corpses, she can't help but feel a little shocked at the sight of this gruesome scene. After some struggling, she notices the ring. No! Oh! They had a family. After some struggling, she notices the ring on one of the fingers on the hand. Oh! That's so sad. What a tragedy, but... What do you mean, what a tragedy, but? See what I mean? I'm like, what do you mean? What if it's not exactly what I want you to say? I'm just gonna go with, it looks valuable. because it does look valuable in an emotional sense. If they mean it another way, that's out of my hands. Let's not jump into conclusions. That may just have been a fancy ring. True, but I don't know. You know me. I'm me assuming the worst. The girl takes the ring, puts down the hand, and continues her search. No! Did she mean it like monetarily valuable? Uh-oh.
It hasn't been easy for me. I've got to make some money.
Surely they understand. I'm sure she, you know, understands the importance of that ring. You know, and is like, understanding how valuable it is, I'll take it with me, and it'll, you know, be an important part of making sure I stay alive. Surely that will be satisfactory for that individual. The girl starts to rummage nimbly through the pile of debris, thanks to her metal prosthetic arms that can withstand high temperature. Her automail arms, yeah.
Nothing interesting here. It's either too big or burnt out.
The girl grumbles as she tosses the waste aside.
Well, enemy reinforcements are coming soon. I gotta go.
I don't know, though. Chekhov's ring, you guys. That's gonna have to come up at some point. The girl dusts her hands, gets up, and is ready to leave. Whoa! Sound only! Unknown!
What the heck?
Whoa! Whoa!
This voice. A woman?
Subconsciously, she grips the gun in her hand. A voice that sounds like a human comes from the metal debris. It's a language that she doesn't understand! You don't speak Chinese? You don't speak Mandarin? Oh my god! Yeah, who broke the stream? Getting shot in the shoulder must have really hurt. Would you think, Rita? I would think so, yeah, for sure. She walks towards the source of the voice. A green light suddenly flickers among the metal pieces. Something seems to be moving slowly. Hello? Oh god, that scared me.
Sounds of metal pieces rubbing together.
Something is rubbing against metal. Like it's crawling or dragging something with great difficulty.
Kill him. Target. Victor Morrison.
Now what did Victor do? In Edenlish? Edenlish? Interesting. Sounds are getting closer, and the shout of the green light is becoming bigger. Something is coming out. My only goal for this trip? Victor must die. Oh, oh my gosh, she's multilingual!
It's Ricarte language now.
Girl is dumbfounded. What, you'd never met a polyglot before? Though it remains unseen now, it apparently has noticed her presence. Uh-oh. It speaks several languages and is trying to communicate with her. She's like going through like the radio channels, like trying to find something that resonates with her.
Hey, who the heck are you? Come out!
Searching the language database. Ricarte, I'm gonna say Ricarte. Ricarte language identified. Similarity, 51%. Unknown dialect detected. Maybe your database is not updated. Oh! Then she sees no. It's half of an object. Presents a silver-white luster. It's a humanoid body wearing some sort of helmet, struggling to crawl out of the metal debris with its broken arm. Look at these CGs, though. Anyway, its body shows no trace of flesh or blood, and even the fractured surface of his arm is full of cables of unknown purpose. Bing! Oh god, it's looking at us! Suddenly, green light begins to flash where eyes should be located on its head if it was a human being.
Help me. Human. Kill.
Error. BioBrain enforced hibernation. Unable to maintain communication with backup system. Oh. Hello? It remains motionless after that, never making any more sound, except for a few occasional blue sparks. I wonder if this is the robot she's carrying around with her in like the opening cutscene that you saw. Question, Rita, what are some of the best visual novels you've ever played? See, I don't know what counts as like a visual novel. You know what I mean? Like, if we're talking about, like, interactive fiction, like, I think of games like Until Then or something, you know? A lot of visual novels that I like, I've only experienced through their anime. So it's nice being able to sit down and actually play, you know, more visual novels. Like, I really like Steins Gate, and I'd love to, like, play it, you know? Because I watched the anime, so. Oh,
A human-looking, talking magic device?
the girl approaches it, but the humanoid object does not react, even when it's kicked.
It's dead?
Knock, knock, knock. She taps with her knuckles towards its head. It sounds like a hollow iron.
Well, it's a broken magic device.
She put it in her backpack and continues to search the wreckage in an attempt to find more valuable stuff. And another sound comes from the sky in the distance. Now, I'm no scientist, but maybe we shouldn't touch the thing that was talking about killing someone. Fair, fair. But I mean, hey, she's probably thinking like, oh, this is gonna fetch a nice penny or nice quartz on the market, you know? The gray flying object that has been spotted earlier is approaching the wreckage, leaving behind a long trail of black smoke. Hello.
Oh, darn. It's the gray guy.
The gray guy. The girl immediately goes into the bushes by the side to hide. The gray flying object turns from the size of a sesame seed to a giant object in the blink of an eye. Whoa! Several objects in the shape of meteors fly out from underneath it. Whoa! Oh my gosh, these CGs are really pretty. The girl is blasted several meters away by the air due to the explosion. When she recovers from the great pain, she realizes that it's blazing behind her. The wreckage has been blown to smithereens by the meteors. The black flying object sweeps overhead, leaving behind a denser trail of black smoke. It cannot control where it's headed anymore and begins to roll in the sky. Do a barrel roll. Its flight route becoming zigzagged. ... What the heck, indeed? After a short silence, noises come again from the direction of the manor. Uh-oh, they're here!
Something's going on! Come on! Oh no. Enemy reinforcements are coming. Hopefully that wall of fire will hold them off for a while.
I'm hoping at some point that robot comes back to life and is like, boop, 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 I'm gonna save you. And then it'll be all hunky-dory. The thought of spending all her savings for revenge, being surrounded by soldiers, not even having time to grab 2 pieces of gold from the corpse of the vampire baron, and getting injured in the explosion for no reason when she's on the run. Make the girl want to cry. Well, I know.
Charles.
Just go get some money and live for some time if you can't figure it out. Put a bullet through your head when you figure it all out. Oh my goodness. That's what the killer told her at the end of the conversation. She opens her backpack and takes a look at the metal humanoid inside. It still remains motionless. She shakes her head and continues her journey.
Hopefully you'll be worth something. You metal scrap.
See? I think so. I think she'll be worth more than money. I'm hoping that, like, me assuming that this... Here's my theory. I'm thinking that... Ooh, chapter 1! Beyond the sky. Do-do, do-do-do. My theory is that the robot is, like, the other main character. She, like, can interface through that robot. And so that was her earlier. So maybe when she gets more, like, mana or something, she can wake up and talk to her again. Water check! What is a kinetic novel versus a visual novel? I've never heard of kinetic novel as a term. So, anyway, continuing on. Valencia or Valentia? I think maybe Valencia is located on the opposite side of Rodimus, on the other side of the world well. Ooh, wait, I want to know. Title drop! Ooh, a mega structure, named for its cylindrical shape. Pieces of land in the shape of flower petals are scattered inside it, where numerous civilizations were nurtured. It serves as a source of magic power as well. Oh, interesting. No one knows who built it. According to historical records, this deep megastructure has been there for thousands of years. This is like nerd brain going on here, but I hope that there's like an aspect to the world building where it's like the way that the world is shaped, because it's like flower petals, right? I wouldn't like that has to have some influence on like the economics of things. You know what I mean? Like maybe in the center there's like a big business district, and so if you live closer to it, it's easier for you to have access to like, you know, job opportunities or health or, you know, related stuff like doctors or what have you. And then like maybe out on the outskirts, it's like harder for you to get access to things like that. And so like naturally it's, you know, it becomes harder to live out there. I don't know. Interesting. I love seeing interesting world shapes, and then I especially love it when they dive into like how that world shape affects people's behaviors. Anyway. Like Redimus, it is a world in the shape of a flower petal. Oh, are they all shaped like flower petal? Oh! Maybe like each petal is a different world. And look, there's like little like washing machine type stuff that are kind of coming off the petals here. Maybe that's like an elevator or something. Ooh, look at the petal that's sort of like in the middle. It has like water, like a little beach there. Seems kind of nice. Oh, this is her. Or I don't know, maybe it's a different character. There I was born and raised. It's a peaceful place, rich in resources. Everyone receives a good education. War, plunder, slavery, and oppression have no place there. For long-lasting peace, we've abolished all our spears and did everything to build an invincible shield. Aegis mention! Long Aegis shield, which covers the entire continent. Oh god. A powerful, universal, and strictly neutral automated public security network by integrating predictive algorithms, rapid response protocols, and heavy-duty rescue ops. It leverages mass surveillance to sniff out danger. It forecasts crime across Valencia, monitors accidents in real time, and pops defensive. Why is this so unfortunately very relevant right now? And pops defensive shields for any citizen caught in the crosshairs. Surely there's no way the people of Redimus could possibly use this for nefarious purposes, right? Even if the system slips up, it automatically deploys healing magic to keep victims breathing until rescue teams arrive. Interesting. Surely that won't cause any issues in the story, right? Oh my gosh. Chekhov's surveillance system. It's a product of the... Did I tell you all I've been re-watching Psycho Pass? Yeah. So, unfortunately, all of this stuff in the game right now about mass surveillance is, unfortunately a little topically relevant. Let's see. You bought this just because the visuals are so good. You're real for that. No, I mentioned earlier that I kind of want to watch this on a TV, so... Maybe after I stream this game, I'll like play it on my TV. Because I don't want to like skip story without you guys, because I'm going to do another stream after this, but I want to see what it looks like on a TV. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome. It's the product of the reverse mass energy transformation technology that we're so proud of. A technology that manipulates matter and energy, enables their interconversion. Oh, and freely regulates their distribution in space. RMT. Okay. With a simple command, it can be summoned by anyone, anywhere. It's a ubiquitous screen of light that protects and heals its owner. Oh. One can proudly say that in Valencia, no one will ever get sick or hurt. To resist external enemies, the long Aegis shield is effective long enough for us to resume war production and rearm ourselves. Protected by the shield, peace has been kept in Valencia? For 1,000 years. It's like an eternal utopia. And that surely means nothing bad is happening, right? Because I was... now that they mentioned that, it's probably one of those utopias where it's like, oh, everything's so hunky-dory inside the shield, but like everything else, not great. So, I wonder... I'm thinking maybe we're jumping to a different person because the girl that we played as first, 4, did not look like she was having a good time. So I wonder if this is maybe like the other character and their two worlds collide. When worlds collide. What's like, oh, have you guys seen, this is a random, and I haven't seen this anime in so long, so maybe I'm misremembering. Do you know the anime Number 6? Because I think it was something similar to that, where like, was the name of the character Six? They like lived in like a inside like a maybe it was like a perfect place, utopia, shield sort of thing, and then eventually they met a character named Nezumi Rat. And they were he was like sort of one of the people who lived in the underground outside of like anyone in the utopia's sort of like view or earshot or whatever. And he learns about this whole other world of people who are living in squalor so that the people in the utopia could live. I don't know why I just thought about that. Your definition for visual novel / kinetic novel. Oh, so it's like interchangeable, you think? Narrative games with a branching or non-branching narrative that use static images of characters or with limited movement, hand-drawn background art, beautiful soundtracks, sound effects, and a giant text box at the bottom of the screen. One of the earlier names for these games was novelware. I didn't know that. If it feels like a novel, it's a visual kinetic novel. Okay, then I would consider, like, Until Then, a visual novel then. Remember that Number 6 had a decent anime, but the manga went a bit further? Similar sci-fi premise? Ooh, I never read the manga. I only watched the anime. Yeah. Somebody's talking about Xenoblade Genesis. Oh, I'm excited. We're gonna play that, like, day one, for sure. Uh-oh, look what the caption says now. At least that's what our parents' generation believed. And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, right? Growing up under the illusion of eternal peace, however, I witnessed on the day of my coming-of-age ceremony. The end of eternity. Oh, yikes. How did that happen? It's really pretty. Whoa! So that's how that happened. Okay. Once a civilized kingdom, Redimus is as developed and fertile as Valentia. Unfortunately, they dug their own grave in the war and began their life of barbarism. Barbarism? On the magnificent ruins. Now a brutal empire has risen in this wasteland. Whoa! The Redimus Empire. A paradise for vampires. I'm thinking maybe this might be the main lady that we saw earlier but for now, I'll just keep reading it. These aggressive mobs somehow managed to render our long Aegis shield completely ineffective. Their fleet, however... Oh, their fleet hovered over Valentia. Oh, so all of this is Valentia. Okay. Raining fire from hell. Valentia, a kingdom where war had been absent for 1,000 years, turned into ruins in the blink of an eye. Yeah, I mean, like, they kind of, like, shut themselves off from the rest of the world. I guess can't really know what else is going on out there. Couldn't have predicted that. Uh-oh. Victor Morrison. Oh, the guy that the lady said to kill. Victor Morrison, the initiator of the Quartz Industrial Revolution, was once considered the greatest inventor of the 9th century. Okay. With absolute technical advantage, his company became a private monopoly, gradually taking over the entire Redimus. By 904 RE, the Empire Corporation, founded by Victor, had bought everything in Redimus, including food, air, and even the people there. Even so, the ambitious vampire wants more. Redimus fell victim to his tyranny, turning into a war machine that feeds on war and expands frenziedly. Uh-oh, wait! Under the guise of civilization, how could I make this about Xenoblade? It made me think of, like, it made me think about, like, Mobius and how they make, like, Kevez and Agnes, like, fight each other. And, like, if you're a soldier, whether Kevezi or Agni, and it's, like, you're so, in your day-to-day, you focus so much on, like, the war that you're, like, fighting for your life in, right? It's, like, you know, you have to fight to kill to live to kill, sort of dealio. And it's, like, it's hard to realize just who is pulling all the strings, right? Who is the one who put this system in place? Who is perpetuating it? Who is benefiting from it? And focusing on that instead, you know? Because it's like, and, you know, this is a very real thing, too, where it's like the evil guy in power who orchestrates everything. It's like they keep them all distracted so that they can't really do anything about the situation that they're in, you know? So I wonder if it's going to be one of those things. Under the guise of... Oh my god. Whoa, I pressed the wrong button. My bad. Under the guise of civilization, he launched invasions everywhere.
turning the once rich Valentia into a hell where countless corpses were littered. Now this is Victor. For 1,000 years, the elites in Valentia hid on the other side of the world well. Wait, what? They are the evil masterminds behind the great war that brought destruction to this world. And yet they simply walked away, leaving Redimus to its impending doom. They are patronizing, calling us barbarians of demonic origin who seek for destruction, and that we carry a gene that make us kill each other. They ignored our See though? But look. See what I mean? Like, I don't know how much of this is true, but he's sort of giving his, like, this is why we're doing this, right? They ignored our calamity, kept the vast land and rich resources for themselves, and enjoyed the peace and tranquility that came from abandonment and betrayal. Today, I am here to let them know that the time when Valentia enjoyed civilization and abundance alone, while the people in Redimus had to live humbly in ruins and shadows, is history. Have I told you I've been getting through my Fire Emblem 3 Houses playthrough? I got to a point in it, so spoiler alerts for Black Eagles, where it was after the fight with Leonardo, and I'm having a conversation with Edelgard. And, it was specifically about, like, why she had to take out Leonardo. Or, like, sort of, like, what our plan is, like, we can't really lose sight or whatever. And she was like, we can't back down. We can't, we have to stay strong in the face of, like, our justice, right? We can't back down. We can't sway. We have to do anything and everything that we need to do for our justice. And then I was like, now hold on a second. You're sounding an awful lot like Leonardo. The man you felt like you had to, like, get rid of. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. This is like, this is giving me a similar vibe. It's like, where does this cycle of hatred end? You know what I mean? Because to me, and I'm not saying that anything that Victor did is good. Again, nuance, woohoo! And we've had this conversation in Xenoblade before, right? I'm not condoning the things that he's done. Me, when I've only read, like, a paragraph of what he's done, start the industrial quartz revolution and, bring the folks of Valentia down, if that makes sense. To summarize, right? What was I saying? We were talking about Xenoblade, of course. Of course we were talking about... Wait, were we talking about Xenoblade? Now I don't know. Do I mean when the ADHD is ADHDing? But this idea of, like, even though I understand why he's doing what he's doing, it doesn't mean I condone him. But it's important to, like, figure out why is it that you're doing what you're doing so we can stop it from happening in the future, right? And stop this cycle of war and hatred and killing each other from continuing. Because what's stopping someone from being just like Victor and saying, well, when Redimus, took over Valentia and, my entire family died in the war. And so now, like, I'm going to become somebody, I'm going to change this world the same way Victor did. And I'm going to make you all suffer instead because I suffered. And then that cycle continues. And you can go on, there's often that song and dance where it's like, oh, but you did this first. Oh, but you did this before that. But you did this before that. You know what I mean? And there's so much focus on, like, on the bad things that have happened rather than, I don't know, like, there's not enough focusing on, like, what circumstances existed that led us to this point and how can we change that so it doesn't happen again. You know what I mean? But there's also, like, the delicate balance between thinking further ahead, right? Thinking bigger picture, right? Trying to dismantle more systemic injustices, right? There's a balance between that because we need that for change. And also making sure we value individual, like, lived experiences, right? Like, families are being torn apart, people are hungry, people are suffering. They're not just statistics, right? Like, you need to be able to
validate the experiences that they're going through, because what they're going through is terrible. You can't just ignore them and be like, well, it's for the greater good, right? Obviously, there has to be some element of sacrifice, but again, balance, right? You shouldn't ignore the very real suffering that's happening now to focus on the future or change, but you can't make change if you're not thinking bigger picture and you're just focused on the here and now and like, oh, I have to get revenge on that person, or what have you. So anyway, tangent aside, let's continue on.
The people in Redimus will also set foot on the land under the sun and enjoy civilization.
Because you see what I mean? Like, surely, like, the Redimus people have suffered. And for Victor, you know, maybe this is the only way he could see this happening, right? For his people to no longer be living in squalor. Again, not saying that he's justified or he should have, or I'm condoning or saying that what he did is good. I'm not making any sort of judgment there in that regard. I don't even know what he did yet. But it's like understanding that these circumstances of suffering will push people to do whatever they think they can to survive. So, you know? And it's that level of empathy that you need in order to be able to step forward and make a world that is different from how it used to be. Because a lot of people think, oh, empathy, that's feelings, that's cushy. But empathy is it's a thing you gotta learn how to do. And sometimes it's difficult to embrace it, especially when, like, yeah, maybe your family was attacked by the Redimus Empire. It's hard to ask, you know, someone to be like, but you don't understand, you know, they were also suffering, that sort of stuff. But on a bigger scale, in order to make change, you have to be able to understand that suffering and say, hey, this is how we're gonna make it so that suffering doesn't happen again in the future. So, continuing on.
It's time to make them pay for their contempt and indifference.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. ... I am assuming I gotta click now. Water check! Understand it, but don't condone it. Listen to them, but do not abscond it. Learn from them, but be truthful to yourself. Absolutely. Yeah. I resonate with that. Uh-oh. It said quick saved a slot too again. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm just gonna live with my choices. What happens, happens.
Noma.
Whoa. Noma! Noma Trisha! Who? Ooh, this is the other girl. I'm the robot.
Who's calling?
Wake up, Noma. Oh my god. Oh, I accidentally pressed the scroll wheel. I forgot. Oops. Me when I'm getting used to, Here, I'll go up. I think that's the dialogue. Yeah. My bad. Your mission is not over. You are the sole survivor. A rich voice echoes through the empty white space. But my body.
Think about your mission, Noma. Victor Morrison. A target you must eliminate in the worst case scenario. Wake up, Noma. Your mind is still clear, your core active, and you have a body to possess in the crashed airship number 2. Find the nearest human being. See, I knew it! Communicate with her for help. Don't forget your mission. Set Valentia free from the invasion.
Whoa. System booting. Oh, system booting. Recovering lost log. Ooh. Hello?
Oh no. Everyone is dead.
The robot tries to wave what's left of its arm, but to no avail. Self-test complete. Limbs 78.9% damaged. Reverse mass energy transformation component failed. Driver files missing. Attempting adaptive self-repair. Progress
0.1%. Time remaining, 18 hours, 37 minutes, 55 seconds.
Oh my gosh, get this girl an Ethernet cable.
Enabling environmental scanning.
Whoa.
Error. Enable back end repair. Switch to external sensor. The robot looks around at this narrow space. Looks like the inside of some kind of bag.
Oh, we're here in the present. Girl needs some fiber optic cables, that's for sure.
Regular shaking of a human being walking detected. Human being detected. Reading language log. Ricarte language. Enabling contingency plan 3. Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Hello? Help!
Oh.
Dang, stop yelling! I forgot what voice I gave her. Noma hears a female complaining, and the bag is opened, and 2 hands take him out of the bag. I guess the robot. Face of a girl appears. Setting. Sorry, I'm like looking at the. Whoa. So detailed. Setting, late at night. Location, forest of unknown location. Celestial navigation obscured. Whoa. Whoa. Hello. Dang. Isn't it broken? Why is the light on again? The human being fiddles with Noah's body. She runs her red eyes over her body in confusion. Is written all over her face. Object identified. Human female, equipped with quartz-powered prosthetics. Oh, okay, quartz-powered prosthetics, and armed with a Class 2 lethal weapon. Quartz oscillation. Oh, the sort of like signature. S2132874.243 fired multiple times within 12 hours. Individual threat level 83.2%. No, I'm nice. Me putting myself in Forrest's shoes. She's nice. Good evening, ma'am.
I think going the polite route is great. You know, show her that we're not here to be terrible. Oh my god, maybe, I'm assuming one of them is from Redimus and one of them is from Valencia. Because I think this is also like, there's like a love story aspect to it. What if their love, solves all the problems? Well, not all solves all the problems, but maybe like their sort of like relationship arc is mirrored in the wider story arc. Does that make sense? Because I wonder if at first maybe they won't get along, and then they'll eventually learn to like work together, and then that's mirrored in like a lot of the tensions between Radimus and Valencia. I don't know.
You understand my language?
Yes, my name is Noma.
That's incredible. A talking magic device with a name.
Magic device? This term causes Noma's brain to pause for a few nanoseconds. Oh, yes. Radimus has not yet figured out how reverse mass energy transformation machine works. They mistake its function for magic. In this world, people take it for granted that they can release fireballs with incantations. To communicate with the locals, I'll just stick to the concept of magic. No, I'm not a magic device. I am a human being.
Huh? A human being?
Yes, I'm a Valentian. See, I feel like, because she, like, even though, like, I'm assuming, like, at large, if you're, like, Valentians are, people, yeah, maybe that's how you pronounce it, Valentian, are wary of the folks from Redimus, and likewise, right? There's, like, a war going on, but maybe Noma will be like, it's okay, like, you haven't, like, done anything to earn the title of my enemy, so hopefully we can work together, So, hopefully.
You're putting your money in. This will either be a Bear Brother situation or XC3, but with just 2 characters rather than 6. Oh. Oh, real, like Kavezi and Agnian, Valentian, and Rediman? I don't know how you would refer to people from Redimus, but you're so right. You're so right. My brain structure is identical to a human being's, but my body is robotic. Well, a magic device that thinks it's a human being. If you want to impersonate someone to make yourself look noble, just say you're a vampire. That might be a good bluff. I'm a human being. Vampires are my enemy. Oh, really? That's interesting. A magic device with a brain who thinks and talks. Just help me figure out how many quartz dollars I can sell you for. What are you gonna do with me? It's simple. I'll take you to the town of Corral at the foot of the mountain and put a price tag on you in the market. There's so much you can do. I guess you're worth 1,000 quartz dollars? It's a whole lot of money. Look, with 1,000 quartz dollars, I could go to Brownborough, transfer to Coleraine, and leave the kingdom by airship at Remen. And then... She suddenly freezes, with a confused and helpless look on her face. That's sad, because she was like, and then, but it feels like she doesn't really, have a plan. I feel like a good chunk of her life has just been that one goal, and now that it's done, it's like, what does she have now? What does she live for now, I guess? Then? Forget it. I've got nothing to say. Listen, human, I need your help. I come from the future. A place called Valencia, on the other side of the world well. I know what will happen in the... Oh, she's from a different time! Okay. I know what will happen in the future. In 90 years, your world will be ruled by Victor Morrison, the vampire tyrant. So this is Redimus in the past. And Noma is from Valencia in the future. That's 2 dimensions of difference. He is an extremely dangerous black mage. 100 years later, my brother and I discovered the new avatar. I'm just joking. 100 years later, my world will be invaded by Redimus. I need your help. Fine. If you're making up a story to amuse me, at least tell me an interesting one. I've read about it all in Time I was gonna say Time Magazine. I've read about it all in Time Magic, written 15 years ago by Versace Vuitton. That's funny. I understood that reference. We come back in time just to stop him before his tyranny begins. Before it's too late. Your version of the story is also inspired by the Termithub. It was insanely popular a couple years ago. In that case, you should be a villain. There's a fictional spell in that novel called science. So whatever science is, it's more powerful than magic, and people can travel through time with it. A bunch of other novels soon followed suit. They had all the science stuff and were way more ridiculous. It was so absurd. According to those novels, people could replace all their organs and even their brains with prosthetics and live much longer. Isn't that what you're doing, though, with your automail? No, I'm telling the truth. You may not believe me, but my airship is no joke. Oh, that's what we saw with the time warp. Let's do the time warp again. You saved me from it and saw it all with your own eyes. It's not something from your world. Oh, really? That's awesome. If you guys can fly, why don't you save the day on your own with your magic? You know what has become of me. So what? Is this how you fix your problem? To ask for help from a disabled girl who's only passing by? No. I can see that you're a killer. You're absolutely a killer. Uh-oh. The girl's voice was disapproving. Noma gets more serious immediately. Your limbs are all metal and are powered by quartz. You're much stronger than a human body. The gun in your pocket has sigil due to multiple firings. Your body smells like smoke from burnt wood. It's not the wood from the forest, but Sandalwood from Quality Furniture. He must have just come out of a rich man's house and burned it up.
Oh man, she has good sensory skills.
It was a rich vampire. So, what are you trying to say? You can help me. I'm sure you're capable of that.
The girl becomes silent.
Look, I don't care if what you said is true or not. 100 years later, maybe I'll have been dead for 100 years by then. It's none of my business. But if I had 1,000 quartz dollars, I won't need to rob bakeries or eat roadside weeds and flowers in the next 2 years. That's for sure. I can give you money.
The girl stops and looks at her, as if searching the broken body for a cash box.
How much?
As much as you want. It's in the vault of Victor Morrison's mansion. Now he is only a lord of a marginal province.
He sounds pretty much like the one I took care of yesterday. Where's his mansion?
Moorland, in northern Edenland. There's a bunker in the mountain walls of the basin. Expectantly, Noma reveals the location of the target. The red pupils narrow slightly. She glances around, then fixes her gaze back on the robot in a determined manner.
Forget about it.
Why?
Stop lying. You just told me about some place far away, so I can't figure out anytime soon if it's true, right? Don't worry. I'll try to find a good middleman so that you might meet someone so kind as to help you realize your dream.
Oh no. Maybe on the adventure down to the market, we'll get to know each other a bit. And then she won't get rid of her. Water check. The girl continues to walk down the mountain. The lights of the town are fairly visible. Noma measures the distance. It's less than 10 kilometers. This is really fun. I love narrating books and stories, so I'm glad I get to do it more. That meant she has only a few hours left to convince the girl, or find another person to help her. Wait! I can give you some quartz dollars now.
Huh? Where are they?
There's a big knob on my chest. The ring-shaped notch. That's it. Put your finger in there and turn counterclockwise. It's like when Rex and Pyra first met. The girl does as she's told. She sees a cylindrical chamber inside, where a ring of quartz cut perfectly is glowing purple. Each of them contains tremendous magic power. Glow is almost blinding.
That's all?
It's top-notch stuff. Nothing of this quality can be found in your world. Please save me one. I need at least one to keep myself running.
In other words, if I take them all, you'll shut down and become quiet like you just did now?
Oh, you did just now? No! Please don't!
Good night.
No! We should have told her something else. If you have to leave one or else everything will explode, including yourself. Western Ricarte, Corral. Corral. I've been saying corral, but maybe, do you think it might be coral? It's a town of minimalist regulation located at the foot of the mountain. Okay. It's the borderland of Ricarte. One might even say it's a land with laws, but beyond laws. You can get all the weird stuff in the market here. Magic creatures, magic devices, prohibited weapons, drugs, and even people. Or Caro. Wait. As in, that's another way to refer to them? Or you can get humans or Caro? Or people. People or Caro. The vampire lord living on the mountain bought a lot of Caro and keep them in captivity. Oh, here we go. A Caro is a cross between a poor vampire and a poor human being.
They have vampires' favorite blood, flesh, and most importantly, red pupils. In the black market, a Caro sells hundreds of quartz dollars, and the price of a virgin one is 50% higher. Because the vampire lord living on the mountain says that the blood of a virgin Caro is the purest. Hi there, take a look. This is vendor A. The latest golden elixir will give you a good time. Only 5 quartz dollars each. Will you refund it if I don't get stronger after taking it? Just a little bit of exaggeration. It works well, at least an hour longer. Magic creature on sale! Magic mina imported from
Joe-shan, maybe?
Could talk, chat, and memorize incantations for you.
Hello!
Look what we have here. It's only been a few days. Why are you selling stuff now, old Moore?
Why are you selling stuff now?
Well, I figured it out. I'd use some quartz dollars to support my family. Come on. Everyone in this town knows that you lost it all on the card table. Where'd you get this? You didn't steal it, did ya? I borrowed some money from the lord living on the mountain.
Not again. Money is tight for me now. See? I've got no quartz.
It's enough. Don't steal my line.
Well, not the crow outing vendor B and what he says.
Well, where's Julianne? Haven't seen her for a while. Les. She's been feeling under the weather recently. I must earn more money to cure her illness.
Old Moore pulls his cart to an empty space, set up his stall, and begins hawking.
Magic device, military-grade workmanship. Crafted with
Radel?
Techniques, made from pure steel without impurities. Same material as is used in Lambert-class airships. 998 quartz dollars only. Old Moore, hi there. This gentleman from out of town, want to take a look? This magic wand is the newest model. Made by Hunter Inc. The magic circuit is hand-carved with 99% magic conductivity. Come on, look at these blurry patterns. It's a knockoff for sure. Wait, don't go. I've got something else.
So far you're sold on vendor A. Also, contact lenses must be immensely pricey if a Caro were to hide their eyes. I know, I was like, how do they... Because she's about to go into town and she's probably a Caro. She has red eyes, so how does she stay out of trouble? That's what the hat's for, or maybe that's what the goggles are for. The vendor looks back and sees the girl by the door of the store. His warm smile immediately vanishes. No.
What do you want? A magic device? That's not something for you, little girl. And your eyes.
Pink eye. Don't worry. Pink eye in both eyes.
It's not contagious. And I'm not buying a magic device. I'm selling one. You? You've got a magic device? My master went out on business. He asked me to find someone to sell it for him. Well, let me take a look at it.
The girl takes the robot out and puts it on the table. Whoa, look at this CG.
Humanoid?
Its limbs are broken, but it's some good stuff for sure. It looks like a human, and it can talk and tell bedtime stories to children. She's like, yeah, you can sell it, and families can have it in their home, so they can have, like, someone to story tell for their kids. Really selling it here. The vendor scratches his head and knocks the robot's head. A look of contempt appears on his face.
I'm a novice mage. How do I make it work?
You don't need to be a mage to use it. All you need is some quartz. The girl takes out a quartz, opens the lid on the robot's chest, and puts it in. I wonder if she'll come back to life, and she's like, please don't sell me!
And if everything goes well?
System is booting. She's back. In an unknown place.
See? It speaks human language. Is there a sound recorder in it? I've heard that the latest recorder is smaller than a human head. It can save 100 sentences and sound exactly like a human. Don't jump to conclusions. Let me show you something else.
Reading log. Memory recovered. Oh.
You liar! Robber! Bad woman! Genocidist! I'll send you to the Central Court of Valencia and bring you to justice! Whoa. Weren't expecting her to do that, huh? See? It's lifelike! The actors in Saloon Central Theater are no match for her. You know what now? Are we just gonna brush that one under the rug? Hello? The vendor still looks skeptical. Well, let me show you another function. Hey, tell me, why did you come to Redimus? I come from the future. A place called Valencia on the other side of the world well. In 90 years, your world will be ruled by Victor Morrison, the vampire tyrant. He is an extremely dangerous black mage. 100 years later, my world will be invaded by Redimus. I need you to help me kill him. Not only to save my homeland, but to save yourselves too. Oh my goodness. A bedtime story you've never heard before! I bet she's as good as Versace Vuitton, the best writer from Illig Empire. No, don't believe her. I'm telling the truth. We come back just in time to stop Victor Morrison before his tyranny begins. Before it's too late. See? She's also inspired by the Termithub, one of the most popular novels in United Voice States. Sir, you've got a good bargain there. What do you say? Please help me. My countrymen are suffering. It's damaged and is somewhat glitchy, and sometimes it gets stuck and keeps repeating words. But as you can see, it's powered by quartz. So to save it, I'll just... Looks pretty fancy. I'd like to pay 3 times the price of a wire recorder. No, it's a magic device powered by quartz, and it's worth at least the price of a phono chanter. All right, 700 quartz dollars. I've got a question, and you must answer honestly. Where did you steal it? No, I didn't steal it. It was thrown away by a rich guy. My master said that one night he saw a couple fighting when he was passing by a house. They threw this thing out. Which house? On the mountain. The Bassicks. Lord Bassick? Uh-oh. I think that's the wrong answer, because didn't he also just come from somewhere on the mountain? That's a long way up. It's on the cliffs at the edge of the plate. About 30 kilometers. She's lying, sir. She picked me up near the crashed airship on the mountain. Oh, I thought we shut her down. What? The crashed airship? The mayor asked us this morning to confiscate anything from that airship. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Guys, get this girl! She killed Lord Bourne! No, maybe I was just a random passerby. You didn't know that. He pulls out his knife first and swings it like crazy at 4. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Darn, metal arms? The girl is suddenly surrounded by a swarm of people, including some guards who heard the news. You showed no mercy. The girl lets out a loud curse, drew her pistol, and grabbed the vendor by the neck. Lets out a loud curse, draws her pistol, grabs the vendor by the neck, and presses the muzzle against the head of the vendor. Don't move! The crowd stops moving, so quiet around that the people's heartbeat could be heard. The heart rate of the vendor is shockingly high. Shockingly? I mean, mine would be too. His heartbeat is beating like an old pump that stops occasionally. A dozen muzzles are pointed right at her. Put your guns down and get out of my way if you want him alive. The crowd begins to back away slowly. The girl presses her gun harder against the vendor, who trembles with fear. You, forward. No. Just shoot me if you want me dead. You want to die or what? Go! Oh, ouch. The girl pushes him forward, but the vendor stays where he is as if frozen. His body remains motionless, and is pushed forward so hard that the heels of his shoes are making sounds as they drag on the ground. Everyone, Please bear witness for me. I caught the murderer of Lord Bourne. If I die, can I ask the town mayor?
Oh, for his child? Oh.
As a reward, please send Ferguson Jr. to the best magic academy in Rakarte. Everyone will remember you for what you've done, Oldmore. I'll ask Master Dillon to reward you for your meritorious deeds. He'll pay for Ferguson Jr.'s tuition fee.
Something in me is like, I mean, the fact that he has like the evil silhouette treatment, it's like, is he really gonna keep his promise?
You heard that? Just shoot me. Don't you want someone to die with you? Come on!
Are you crazy? Your life is that cheap?
I'll do anything for my son. Anything if Ferguson Jr. can get on in life.
What about your wife? Don't you have a wife or a daughter? Don't you have someone to take care of?
No. I've only got 2 female Caro. I keep them to entertain Lord Bourne. He wanted them both, even if the colors of their eyes are not right. If he hadn't been so generous and given me about 1,000 quartz dollars, I would have been a vendor with so much stuff to sell now, but a miserable gambler. I traded Caro for my life.
Whoa. As in, like, he traded Caro so that he could live? Oh, they're all evil. Saroyan born.
Red eyes. Who the heck are you?
You ate my flesh and drank my blood since I was small. You passed my prison every day. Yet, you never looked at me. Oh.
I remember. So you are. You are the one that lied on your stomach in the ring every day, looking at me, begging for some bone and slop.
Caro. Well, the way that he, like, zoomed in on his face. It's personal.
Kill the murderer! Kill the murderer! Avenge Oldmore!
Wait, did she shoot him? Oh my god.
I fired? Oh, no.
Oh, that's bad. Fender's body slumps to the ground, revealing a dozen muzzles pointing at her. Time seems to have stopped. I can still feel the recoil from the pistol. Oh, it's pushing my hand backward. Oh my gosh. An 11.43 millimeter brass bullet shell falls to the ground with a clink. That bone-chilling sound will be heard 3 more times before the gunshot rings out again. It means after 3 gunshots, my body will be pierced by dozens of bullets. They may hit my belly first, becoming more accurate with each shot. And moving upward, they'll eventually hit the area between my brows so my brains will come out. Second shot will ring out. The interval will get shorter as the height of the shell changes. I might hit someone in the chaos and fall backwards with him. That's quite unexpected. My ending would be picking up a strange device after a successful revenge and getting shot to death on the way to selling it. Oh, her heartbeat. As the 3rd gunshot rings out, my hand finally overcomes the recoil and re-aim the gun. Soon after, the 4th gunshot will ring out. Whoa. I'm gonna take a snack break. That was a lot. Oh man. That's crazy. Okay, let me eat a bite of my snack here. Gosh. I like how they had like that sort of like slow-mo in her mind space moment. That was crazy. I know, roll credits, right?
Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Man. Man. I wonder how we're gonna get out of this one, though. Okay. I gotta finish swallowing, or else if I don't, and I start talking, well, we've seen what that does before on this channel. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's her mentor again. Or no, it is. I mean, that's my guess so far. Mm-hmm. Water check done. Hey, kiddo. What? I thought I was one step ahead. I didn't expect you to come so soon. No. Come around to the idea so soon? You come to your senses? You figured out all the life philosophy? No. Sorry, Charles. I'm ashamed to see you. Like you said, it's the most humiliating, worst way to die. Shot to death? Don't proclaim your death so soon. Kiddo, you're close to me now, but you can't catch up with me yet. Get out of here. This is no place for you. We got saved by a robot friend. So now you owe her one. She opens her eyes. It's a big blue sky and dazzling sunlight. The deafening gunshots can still be heard, as if they hadn't stopped. This is... You remember firing 3 shots before you fell, but hit nothing. What's weirder is that I don't feel any pain. I see. My soul left my body. No wonder I felt light as a feather. No, you didn't die. On the contrary, you were trying to sleep through a rain of bullets. You just won't stop nagging, even in hell. What a whammy, she says. Whatever you say. Listen up, woman. I'm the reason you're still alive. You should thank me for saving you. Stop talking nonsense. I'm dead already. I heard them shooting at me. Just have a look around. You gotta use your eyes. You're alive. Shelter mode! The girl is a bit shocked. As she tries to brace her upper body, she immediately sees a purple hemispherical... Purple? Barrier between her and the soldiers. Purple? That looks like blue to me. The bullets create numerous ripples on the barrier, but none has penetrated it. Incredible. You can actually do magic. I can release some smoke too. Get out of here now. Don't forget to take me with you. You're dead meat if you ever step outside this barrier. See, we help each other out. And then this is the start of our bonding. Now we get to know each other. On the run. After running for a while like crazy with a robot on her back, the girl finally shakes off the soldiers. As you can see, purple, yeah. Dang. How can you take credit for this? If you hadn't sold me out, I wouldn't have run into all this. Zooms to the robot. If I hadn't sold you out, you would have sold me out. Can't you use magic to fly away? I can, but I can only fly for a few seconds. Because you took 10 quartz from me, and I took 60 18.4 millimeter bullets for you. The energy of my only quartz is running out because of the magic I did just now. Do you get it? One of my quartz is worth 10 of your top quality ones. If you're counting on me for your life, you better give me all my quartz back. The girl knows she's in the wrong, so she just gives up arguing. Well, can you get me tomorrow's breakfast with your magic? No. You need to do it yourself. They seem like a very interesting pair, for sure. Still complaining, the girl opens the lid on the robot's chest and put all the quartz back. They keep walking in silence for a few minutes. I wonder who's gonna be the first one to speak up? Oh, hey. Why did you save me?
I believe that if I was sold, the probability of finding someone willing to help me would be significantly reduced.
What's the probability?
4%.
No decimal point?
No. What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that maybe you were meant to meet me. If the probability that I would help you was 0, would you save me anyway?
No. My mission prevents me from wasting quartz on insignificant matters.
I knew it. ...
Now, are you ready to help me?
If I said no, what would you do? I guess you're gonna force me to do that with your magic.
No, I won't. Your sleep talk during your brief coma revealed to me your twisted values. If I did it, you wouldn't be afraid of dying at all. You just don't want to die a meaningless death.
Eavesdropping on my sleep talk? You metal scrap. Tell me about that Victor you've been nagging about.
Here we go.
Mission brief?
Later, Victor Morrison poured everything into the arms industry. His absolute technological superiority allowed him to build a megacorporation with its own private army and thriving in the world of chaos. Victor wasn't a genius. A vampire's long lifespan lets him push his talents to the absolute limit over centuries of research. He unearthed ancient ruins from the Great War, reversed engineered the technology, and created something incredibly dangerous.
What was it?
A device that could amplify, weaken, or even selectively disable magic.
Sounds powerful. So all that magic just stopped?
Yes, and with that, darkness fell. Victor's army advanced unopposed, expanding rapidly across a powerless Redimus. Against advanced nations, he disabled their magic, cut their industries, and threatened to send them back to the Dark Ages to force their surrender. For less developed nations, he used religion, claiming to be a chosen one wielding divine authority. Magic became his miracle. Finally, there were the nations that had already discovered the flaws in magic and were seeking alternatives. Facing Victor's overwhelmingly superior military might, their struggles were pointless. In the end, all of Redimus fell under his control, forming that brutal empire. Master manipulator over here. You have to move fast before he solidifies his grip on power. Speaking of which, why are we getting farther from the main road?
Because there's a lake here. Deserted, clear water, and it's not cold.
The girl pushes aside the bushes and steps through the dense grass. A vast lake opens up before her. I wonder, okay, I'm gonna take a second to not theory craft, but I guess think a little bit. I wonder what their plan is to stop Victor. Because I wonder if their plan is just like, we just gotta get rid of him, you know? But how do they know that's just not gonna stop another person from being incited by that event and then becoming the next Victor Morrison? You know what I mean? I wonder if they're gonna try to do something more like, I don't know, something like more world-changing. That isn't just like one thing. I don't know. Maybe that's what their adventure's for. And then they get to Victor Morrison and then they're like, where is he? Where's this empire he's about to start? I don't know. I know, time paradox, exactly. It's beautiful.
Right? Found it on my way here. Even thought about coming back for a bath after I killed that Baron. Wash off this whole nightmare. By the way, are you actually a girl?
Of course I am. Why would you ask something like that?
Just don't see why a tin can would have a gender. but if you say so, I guess I can relax.
With that, the girl sets Noma down against a tree, walks to the lake's edge, and begins to remove her clothes.
Keep watch for me. Don't want anyone sneaking off while I'm washing off.
Hi, welcome in. Welcome. Ouch.
Another day and this bullet would have grown into my flesh.
Look at the lantern. Well, the girl unwraps the bandage on her right shoulder, revealing the clear puncture from last night's gunshot. She gently inserts the tip of her knife into the edge of the wound, gritting her teeth against the sharp pain as she pries at the metal. Sorry, I can't, as someone who, has played, shooting games and has seen, animated blood and stuff, just, thinking about, injuries. Yeah, I'm a little squeamish in that regard. Doing good. Got hit with intense thunderstorms. Oh my gosh, be careful, stay safe, okay? Let's see. Oh, the blood-soaked slug falls to the ground. The girl lets out a long breath, wipes the flat of the blade on her thigh, and returns it to the sheath on her clothes nearby. Oof. Ouch! That was fast. The bleeding stopped instantly.
I'm a living blood bag, after all. Blood bag that I can't afford to leak.
You mean you're a hybrid of a vampire and a human?
Yeah. Different languages have different words for it, but they all mean the same thing. Livestock bred exclusively for vampires to feed on. We're called Caro. It means meat.
So the girl states it as a fact. I was about to say. Her voice is laced with grinding resentment.
The recovery speed of half a human, the blood production of
Restart that.
The recovery speed of half a vampire, blood production of a human, and the human revulsion for the other. It all came together to create this monster they can devour without a second thought. Understand now? This is the thing you're asking for help.
Saying this, the girl takes out a needle and thread, no apparent intention of further treating the wound. Like the other scars covering her back, she will simply stitch it up and be done. That's why she has so many. Wait! You haven't disinfected the wound!
Doesn't matter. With my constitution, I'm not getting tetanus.
But it'll leave a scar every time. That'll look awful.
What do I need a pretty body for? So the noble lords can have an easier time sinking their teeth in?
I can heal the wound for you.
With magic?
Yes.
Should have said so sooner. I was waiting to take advantage of your sympathy.
Does that mean with time she can regrow limbs? I mean, she has her, automail arms, so probably not. Maybe it's not as dramatic as that. Noma's eyes glow brightly, and a circular magic array forms beneath her. Whoa, all of them! In an instant, the girl's right shoulder is as good as new. Even her old scars have vanished.
Convenient. If I wanted to do that, I'd have to buy a phono chanter loaded with a healing spell. Limited uses, and they're ridiculously expensive.
If you need help, you can just tell me.
All right then, restore my limbs.
I can't do that. But if you still have the severed limbs, I could reattach them.
And here I thought magic was all powerful.
Man, if only. But I would assume she doesn't keep her detached limbs with her. Magic has its limits. Not to mention, skill levels vary. Some healing even requires surgery to go with it. Valentia could restore limbs before the fall, but now... By the way, your legs, they're made of iron, right? Won't they rust if you just leave them soaking in the water?
Probably. Doesn't matter. You can just use magic to get rid of the rust.
Don't expect me to do everything. It's weird that sometimes fantasy stories put limit on the usages of magic. No, I feel like then it, because if magic could do everything, then like it's like, oh, problem solved. They don't need to find, ways to figure out problems in other ways. I guess like limiting magic allows you to be creative with what solutions you have for certain problems. If magic could solve everything, this might be a less interesting story. You never know.
Then teach me magic.
Huh? But isn't it a little too late to start? I mean, magic will one day become...
Teach me. I just realized there are things that can only be done with magic. High-level magic. So teach me, before it becomes useless.
For the first time, Noma sees a flicker of earnestness in those stagnant blood-red eyes. I know.
In exchange, I'll help you take out that Vic something Morrison. At the very least, I'll get you where you need to go.
Really?
I keep my word.
That's wonderful. From now on, we're partners in crime. Let me introduce myself. Reintroduce myself. My name is Noma Trisha. I'm an agent of the Valentian Resistance. It's a pleasure working with you.
4. Second-rate hired gun.
4?
That's right. I don't have a name. Just a number.
4 brushes aside her dark bangs, revealing the brand on her forehead.
Growing up, everyone called me that. Except for Charles. I got used to it. Doesn't matter if you have a name. When you're dead, you're just another nobody.
Sad? Now I get why you snorted when I said the probability was only 4%. So, 4 really is your name. Wow. I like that scene. That was nice. Interlude! War's rebirth. Western Ricarte on the edge of the plate. Ooh. Oh, hey, we finally get his face! The assassin, his mission complete, hides in a farmhouse on the west side of the estate, hastily bandaging a gunshot wound to his leg. Faint candlelight illuminates the haystacks, casting long shadows from the passing guards. It also reveals the people huddled in the corner, their eyes wide with terror. The livestock.
Vicious guys, these vampire lords.
Howdy, Rita. Hello. Howdy. Welcome in. Though the assassin has waded through the seas of blood for years, taking on the dirty work that keeps the civilized world pristine, and considers himself a man who's seen it all, he can't help but feel a chill as he peels back the glittering facade to face the bloody truth behind it.
No hands, no feet. Forced to crawl like animals. Eating the same slop as pigs. Living only to provide food and blood until they die.
That's terrible.
Caro.
Hybrids of vampires and humans. Because of their uncanny red eyes, they are seen as an unlucky omen, spawn of demons. At first, they were disposed of as aberrations, smothered with a pillow at birth or burned. Later, when a truce was formed between vampires and humans for a variety of practical reasons, the vampires established a long-standing peace in exchange for a law forbidding the consumption of humans. Humans then stopped killing the Caro, and their fate was buried in a kind of mutual silence. Perhaps from that time on, this race was bred as food, their consumption and trade tactically approved, or tacitly approved, a practice that continues to this day.
What aberrations? They look just like humans.
The assassin looks around.
Among these so-called livestock, many have red eyes, but many others have eye colors no different from those of ordinary people. Clearly, at least to the owner of this farm, there's no racial difference between these people with their varied eye colors. So-called Caro. Man. For a rare moment, the assassin's hand, so accustomed to a gun's recoil, begins to tremble with rage. He fights through the pain of his gunshot wound and swaps a fresh magazine into his pistol. The professional detachment he arrived with begins to dissipate, replaced by a thickening, murderous intent. The impulse makes him want to charge out immediately, to paint every inch of the estate's white walls red with his blade and bullets, even if it meant his own death. Suddenly, someone touches him. On pure reflex honed over years, the assassin spins around and raises his gun. Who's there? At first glance, the assassin sees no one. Looking down, he sees a barely clothed, black-haired girl lying before him. Her blood-red eyes watch him nervously, a hint of concern in their hazy depths. Run. Door. Now. Oh, no, sorry. As if afraid he won't understand, the girl picks up a twig in her mouth and begins to draw in the dirt. This is... Charles has scouted the area multiple times before the operation. He recognizes it at once. The floor plan of the estate. You can understand what I'm saying? Girl nods. The movement reveals the forehead hidden beneath her bangs, where the number 4 is branded. Round wall, broken. The girl painstakingly draws a route in the dirt. Charles holds his breath as he watches. Because it's identical. It was planned escape route. It makes him wonder if the low wall that served as the final obstacle is the reason she lost her hands and feet. Such a clever kid. And they're just gonna eat her like an animal? Darn this screwed up world. I know. So sad. After escaping the estate, the assassin Charles leaves the state of Ricarte. Takes on a new identity, using the bounty from his employer to move to the Illig Empire, where he builds a small house in the suburbs of Amaro Hertz. I know, that's so messed up, so sad. Kiddo, from now on, this is your home.
Oh, that's where she got her leg. Her automail.
The girl's steps are unsteady. She is clearly not used to the prosthetics, stumbling to the ground after just a few steps. Hey, get up. Walking not steady. Trouble. You're a person, not a Caro. From now on, you walk. No more crawling. Not Caro? A flicker of confusion appears in the girl's clear, blood-red eyes. That's right. The Lord who kept you is dead. Forget that name. Hungry. Whoa, look at this! Look at this CG! Nom nom nom. Hey, don't eat with your face in the plate. The assassin stops the ravenous girl, wipes the grease from her face with a napkin, and hands her the utensil set beside her plate. You need to learn how to use a knife and fork. Trouble. A girl this big and this is him. A girl this big and I have to teach her how to eat. Never thought I'd be doing this. If my daughter were still alive, she'd be about this age. Oh! My heart! Watching the girl struggle to cut the luncheon meat with a knife, Charles's mind flashes back to a sea of fire, into a charred, despairing face. Back then, he was just a small shop owner, living a comfortable life of tending the store by day and picking up his child in the evening. His hands were not yet stained with blood. His family was not yet shattered. But all of it vanished decades ago, in a war that engulfed the continent. The sun, veiled by smoke, was as dim as the moon. Day and night seemed to lose their boundary, armies surrounding the city, cutting off all food and water. The night was a bottomless abyss. People starved. The fear of death overrode all order, pushing the entire world into madness. To this day, he can still clearly recall the feel of that old kitchen knife in his hand, and the way the robber looked, puffing up blood on the floor, and the hoarseness in his own throat as he knelt before his wife and daughter, shouting helplessly. Oh, I wonder if that's how he lost his family. A robber who was trying to get something to eat. It's like crazy. It's just like this cycle of like pain and suffering. Because, that robber came to his house because I'm sure he was looking for food. And again, not condoning or saying what he did was, justified or anything. That's totally separate from being able to understand the circumstances that caused things to happen, right? But yeah, that was caused by the war. There's shortages in food, and then that war was instigated because Victor felt like that was the only thing he could do to, bring his people out from suffering under Valentia. So, yeah, messed up, I know. So sad.
Hey, use that knife and fork.
The girl cries out as she's bopped on the head with a spoon. Habit. I hate it.
And make new habits. I don't want people calling you a wild animal.
When his child was born, Charles and his wife thought for a long time, but couldn't decide on a name.
Oh my god, is that the name that he gives her?
They ended up going to a fortune teller on the street, who went through a book of names and practically forced them to pick one. He had zero experience with naming, so even now he racks his brain, but can't come up with anything decent.
Maybe I should just pick something random. No. If it's a common name, it's like not having one at all.
Truth be told, Charles is a pretty common name, but that is by design. To evade his countless enemies, Charles has several sets of documents from different countries, each with a different name. Even his own original name has vanished from memory, along with a canceled ID. While he's lost in thought, the girl has already finished the food on her plate and is looking at him with pleading eyes. Hungry.
You little rascal. How can you eat so much? You ate everything on the table.
Though he complains, the assassin opens another can for her, and the girl goes back to eating ravenously.
Forget it. Kiddo has a nice ring to it. I'll just call her that for now. The name is just a label anyway. When she grows up, she can call herself whatever she wants.
Man, anyone see Zombieland? It reminds me of how they would come up with nicknames and stuff. Oh, click. Good. Local language translation. Good. Local language translation. Oh, wait, huh?
Mourn.
Mon.
No, it's mourn.
Mourn.
Ing.
Ing.
Good. Now repeat after me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Again. Listen carefully. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wrong. It's good, not good.
Good.
This darn kid. Next, walking practice. We're still not used to these prosthetics, so take it slow. Hey, be careful, don't run so fast.
Charles, look! Look, I'm running! Whoa! Oh no. No, you know what this is? This is those, like, tragic montages of them, like, growing closer together and building a family. Found family, like, wonderful found family moment before they hit us with the inevitable tragedy. I mean, we saw what happened. My heart is warmed knowing it will crash. Yep. I mean, that's the stakes, you know? It's the emotional stakes. Charles says.
I told you to be careful.
It hurts. It hurts.
Endure it. This is alcohol. Remember this feeling for the next time you get hurt.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
Hey, kiddo. Found a job for you.
Huh?
Tomorrow morning at 9, go to Auntie Joan's barbershop for an apprenticeship. Watch carefully and learn. But come back and do something about that hair of yours. You're a big girl now. You can't keep looking like such a mess.
Trouble. Oh, my heart. The real question is, when in the montage does the tragedy happen? Look at this background! I like how it's, like, painterly.
This thing here is called a fishing rod. For catching fish. Hold it for me.
Girl sits on a stool by the river and takes the rod. She watches as the assassin kneels and rummages through his bag.
Ah, here we go. This is the bait. See that hook? Put the bait on it. Good. Now watch closely. Cast the line.
Wow. Whoa, it's big!
Now it's your turn.
Oh. Whoa, I got one!
Pull! Pull! Now reel it in!
Oh, God. How long are you gonna taunt me with this montage?
You know, you only learned to talk a few years ago. But you're not a kid anymore. So I was thinking, it's about time I taught you how to stay alive when things go bad. Take it. It's your birthday present.
This is... Oh, God! Oh, gosh. The girl takes the gift box and opens it with trepidation, finding an exquisitely crafted pistol inside.
Handle it carefully. Don't fiddle with it, and never point it at anyone.
Charles hands the girl a bullet.
Give it a try. See if you can figure out how to load it yourself.
I'm so attached to Charles already. But I already know he's gonna go. Bullseye. Oh, it's gonna... Oh, when we finally get to the point where they reveal how he died, it's over for me.
To be precise, only the last one was a bullseye. Total score, 35. You're a fast learner. Prosthetics probably help offset the recoil. Does the gun shake when you shoot?
No, it feels really steady.
Interesting. You might go farther than I ever did. How's your combat training going?
No one on the street dares to bully me anymore. They say it's because my fists are made of iron.
What about Landon the Fat?
He always punches me in the stomach, and then the match is over.
How does he attack?
He's too fast. I can't keep up.
Then try this. Next time, don't rush in. First, do this, and this. Finally, find an opening and land a punch on his weak spot.
93rd. Did you see that?
Ooh. Never knew working in the fields was so exhausting.
After a long day of labor, Charles half lies on the sofa in the bar, chugging a beer,
his eyes filled with a relaxation he's never known before.
Why did you stop being an assassin?
Who knows?
Charles takes another drink, sets the mug back on the table, shifts into a more comfortable position, and pulls a cigarette from his pocket.
Maybe it's just been so long I don't feel like doing it anymore.
The ember at the tip of the cigarette blurs into a red spot just outside his focus, and gradually fades.
I'm not hurting for money. This life is good.
No! Not the JRPG mentor, like, red flag. It's from the textbook. Anyway.
Maybe I'll even find you a mother someday. Give you a little brother or sister.
Oh! It's textbook! It's textbook death flag! I already know he dies, but it's just like,
Just live a normal life. Get old and die. That's all. When I think about it, isn't that what I was chasing from the beginning?
What were you chasing? I know it's never been so over, I know.
There are only two kinds of people in this world. Those who find meaning in killing, and those who don't. Back then, after I lost everything in the war, my heart was filled with nothing but hatred and malice for this world. I was led by that feeling, pushed along, and that's how I got here. But now, that feeling is fading.
see, love can end the cycle of hatred.
I think it must be because I've finally reached the end of the road and found what I'd lost.
Charles puts out the cigarette and lets out a long sigh. The relieved smile that spreads across his face gradually vanishes with the smoke into the river of time. Yet it is also frozen in the eternity of memory. Oh, God. Oh, goodness.
Charles! Charles!
Oh, my God. My heart. Oh, my God. Not the ominous bell tolling. I think that's a good cliffhanger! Oh my goodness! I'm like so devastated and I already know what happens. We ended here, yep. You'll just have to tune in for the next stream. I gotta eat dinner. I'm hungry. Oh wow, that was a lot emotionally. I gotta recharge my energy, you know? I know. Oh dear indeed. Now you have to wait and see how it happened. I know. First the heartstrings were tugged with the montage, and now you just gotta wait and see how it happens. I'm probably gonna stream this pretty soon. I think my schedule for this has been posted on Twitter, so my next stream for this is gonna be on Monday. I think earlier in the day, or a little earlier in the day. So if you want to know how Charles unfortunately passed, then you'll have to tune in for the next one. Goodness. Gosh, this. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface of like everything the world has to offer, but I'm so intrigued by 4 and her past. I'm sure Noma, right, will have her own backstory too that we'll dive into, but I'm sure that's another whole can of worms we're gonna get to later. Imagine if we had to like carry the emotional weight of both backstories at the same time. Whew. Gosh. But you've already seen me tangent so much about like what sort of themes I'm seeing. I really hope though, like after this Charles cutscene or montage, I guess, I hope that what he was talking about is sort of like a microcosm of how Noma and 4 will
help bring peace to the world, you know? Obviously, it's not gonna be as pretty cut and dry as like, oh, you know, peace and love will fix everything, right? Like, there's gonna be some hard choices to make here and there. But I think overall, like in the bigger picture, I'm sure, you know, they'll find a way to have love end a cycle of hatred. I mean, like, he was like talking about it, Charles. I was like, what's his name again? Trying to remember all of like the magic terms and things like that. He was like, you know, he had lost his daughter, and you know, he was in a really tough time. He was going through a really difficult time because of all of the suffering that the war had brought about, and that's what drove him for so long. But eventually, when he was able to lead with love, then he was able to move on and find meaning elsewhere. So, yeah, I hope that... I hope that... Because I feel like 4 is very much in a spot where she has spent so much of her life focused on that point of revenge, right? Because, of course, I mean, like, Charles is such an important, you know, person to her. I almost said dad earlier. I was like, no, he has a name. I can use his name. But now that that's done, it's like she had been driven by such a strong, I don't know if hatred is what I want to say, but such a strong feeling. And now that that's gone and now that that's done, I feel like she's having trouble figuring out what's gonna direct her life now, if that makes sense. Like, maybe she is at a loss for what direction her life will take, and maybe she doesn't know how she'll find it. Yeah. Girl tangent all you want, it's so fun. I know. It's just, I get emotionally invested in these things, you know? That's how I do it, is, man. Yeah. I'm interested in this to see how it all ends and conjoins. I know, I wonder, like, what are the branching points? I feel like sometimes in games like this, I get so caught up in like, oh, like, because the choices that I want to make sometimes have often led to like my character being like taken advantage of, or like, you know, I'll try to choose what I think is like the nicest thing or the kindest thing to do. And that puts like my character in a rough spot, or it makes things like, you know, difficult, or maybe not just my character, but for other people. But I don't know. It's like, at least as long as I lead with love, I would hope, and you know, not lead with hatred or violence, and really try to make the best choice I can with the information that I have. Or if I don't have all the information, try to find out more, you know? Yeah. Man, this put me in my feels. I mean, stories like this do that. I love stories like this, so genuinely can't complain. But yeah, if you're interested in checking out more, please check out the second stream that I'm going to do for this on Monday. And I will have more streams as well. Of course, we are going to be playing Genshin on Sunday, and if you're not caught up with Genshin, worry not. I will give you all a recap if you need. Maybe not as intense as last when we had our recap, but a recap nonetheless. Alejandro says, that said, this is a dark fantasy novel, so I expect the absolute worst to happen, but we can hope for the best. True. Like, even, and honestly, like, I do like that. Me when I was about to go, but then somebody brought up a really fun point. Not a fun point, but an interesting point. Because sometimes, like, there will be stories that have a not so great ending, but it gives hope in another way. You know what I mean? Like, for example, for Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sorry if you haven't heard the story. Spoilers. Like Esmeralda, who is this just very kind and empathetic and caring person who tries to really, really get to know Quasimodo and, like, you know, stop that hatred that's coming towards him. And unfortunately passes away in the story. And it's such a gut punch, right? To see someone who was just trying to help people and trying to see the, trying to see the best version of this world come to life. But they have this message, this very hopeful message that, like, even if I don't get to see it myself one day, I find hope and in the fact that someday things will be better. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, time for me to go process everything that we went through today, but I had a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed me like narrating everything. I love reading out books, so this is also fun too. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me, and as always, I'm the idol to give you the wings to fly, Cyber Angel, Kamishiro, at your service. Bye! I think Twitch is still being a little funky because my raid button's not working properly. So we'll just do a YouTube raid. And we are gonna raid into Rhea! Well, we need good vibes from Rhea after the emotional roller coaster that we were just on. So, yeah. See you when I see ya. Have fun, whatever you end up doing.